languages will slow down their learning, they will not become a good leader. So is this true?
It is absolutely a myth only because the brain is naturally wired in such a manner that we can consume 5 or 6 languages.
कुछ parents होते हैं, they are not very good at English. So what can those parents can do at home even if they are not fluent in English and they want their child to be good in English?
It is not important for a parent to be fluent first of all. Parent के लिए ज़रूरी है कि वो घर पे कैसा environment देते हैं. बच्चों को सपोर्टिव एनवायरनमेंट मिलना चाहिए. चिल्ड्रन शुड बी फीलिंग इमोशनली सेफ एट होम.
आजकल टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी इंटीग्रेट हो गई है, टीचिंग मेथड्स पूरे चेंज हो गए हैं एंड जब एक बच्चा घर जाता है तो उसको बहुत सारी होमवर्क भी करना होता है. सो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ कंटेंट दे कैन सी सो दैट दे कैन इम्प्रूव देयर कमांड ओवर द लैंग्वेज.
एज अ पेरेंट इट इज माई रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि मेरा बच्चा जो भी कंटेंट देखने जा रहा है क्या वो उसके लिए एज अप्रोप्रिएट है.
Absolutely.
उससे वो क्या लर्निंग आउटकम लेने वाला है, क्या उसमें जो लैंग्वेज है वो सिंपल लैंग्वेज यूज करी गई जो वो कॉम्प्रिहेंड कर सकता है. वी शुड नॉट बी गोइंग मैड बिहाइंड फॉरेन एक्सेंट. वी शुड ऑलवेज सेलेक्ट द ऑडियो विजुअल कंटेंट विच हैज अ ग्लोबल एंड न्यूट्रल एक्सेंट. इंडियंस का एक्सेंट इतना अच्छा है कि वर्ल्ड वाइड हम एक्सेप्टेड होते हैं
एंड बहुत क्लियर इंग्लिश बोलते हैं.
जो एक रोल ऑफ टीचर है वो जामवंत जी की तरह होना चाहिए. हमेशा अपनी क्लास में सोचती हूँ मैं जामवंत हूँ, तो मेरे जामवंत होने की वजह से मैंने बहुत सारे हनुमान जी को अपने क्लास में चलते फिरते घूमते फिरते देखा है.
What should school prioritize more? Like they should prioritize grammar, literature or communication? Hello everyone, welcome to Beyond the Classroom podcast, a platform where we explore education beyond marks, textbooks, grades, and focus that truly shapes a child's future. So our today's topic of discussion is deeply connected with parents, students, teachers, and school leaders. That is the importance of English language since foundation years. For this discussion, I'm very excited to welcome Ms. Lakshmi Chaudhary. She is the Head of Department of English and Communication at BLS World School, Greater Noida West. Hello, ma'am. Welcome to the podcast.
Sir.
So, ma'am has a TESOL certification and has done MA and BEd in English from MD University, which brings knowledge and expertise to this role. Ma'am's approach is deeply rooted in literature-based learning while incorporating task-based strategies that makes lesson both relevant and stimulating for students, all while focusing on building listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills with confidence. Hello, ma'am. I'm very excited for today's discussion.
Same here, sir. I'm looking forward. I hope whatever discussion we have today, that is going to be beneficial for us as well as for the audience which is going to listen to us.
Same, ma'am. Pleasure having you. So, ma'am, you're teaching English over a decade now. So, according to you, why English learning gap is so big in India?
Thank you for your question. The question is quite meaningful. I think the unequal opportunities in India is the big reason for this gap. Obviously, there is a big gap of learning in English in India, but which is gradually decreasing day by day. Actually, there is a socio-economical gap in the entire country. Our country is a very vast country and we have different cultures and different backgrounds. And having said that, I think the lack of trainers, the lack of good trainers in the society, in education industry is one of the big reasons why this gap still exists. Though our country is progressing and we have made a big leap in this, but still it is going to take time. If I still talk in my class and if I ask my student that how many of you want to become a teacher, even 1% of children are not there who want to become a teacher. And that the main reason of this is that it is not a very rewarding industry in terms of money. So good, talented people do not want to come to this industry. And that is the reason of this gap.
Absolutely. And ma'am, I also feel that अगर आप इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज को इफ़ यू आर स्टार्टिंग अर्ली सो उसको सीखना बहुत ज़्यादा आसान हो जाता है.
Right.
सो व्हाट आर योर व्यूज ऑन दिस?
I think for learning any language, be it English or any other language, the right age is between 3 to 7 years. जो बच्चों का फाउंडेशनल ईयर होता है वो बहुत ही इम्पैक्टफुल होता है बिकॉज द ब्रेन इज नेचुरली फ्लेक्सिबल एट दैट टाइम टू grab more than one language. So children are flexible, they don't have any hesitation, they don't fear, and they learn everything very naturally. Fluency and pronunciation can also be built up very easily because they learn by imitating their teachers, and they learn through joyful exposure. So that's a big reason that foundational years are the best years of learning any language.
मैम राइटली सेड ऑल्सो मैम जो फाउंडेशन ईयर्स में बहुत सारे राइम्स होते हैं, पोएम्स होते हैं, रिपीटिशंस होते हैं, आई थिंक वो एक एक्साइटमेंट भी क्रिएट करता है स्टूडेंट्स में एंड दे आर like learning through
Very true.
joyful experiences.
Very true. Even when we visit the classrooms, we do not want to come out of those classrooms because the classrooms are very interactive. So this is there. And I often feel that why this kind of system was not there when we were kids. So gradually the system is evolving, and it is evolving for good.
Absolutely. So, ma'am, while researching, I was reading a report that was a 2011 report, and that report states that only 11% of Indians were able to read and write in English, like in their first or their second language. The numbers are very horrifying. So, what do you think? Like, English is still a subject in school, or the condition or the situation is changing?
I think English is no longer treated as an academic subject because we see that whatever we do, wherever we go, English is always there high in demand. हम स्कूल की बात करें, हम करियर की बात करें, बीट एजुकेशन, हायर एजुकेशन, करियर, टेक्नोलॉजी अंडरस्टैंडिंग और प्रेजेंटिंग वन सेल्फ एट ग्लोबल प्लेटफॉर्म, इंग्लिश इज हाईली डिमांडेड एवरीवेयर. एंड नाउ ग्रेजुअली schools have also understood that exposure of English is very important so that children can become global leaders of tomorrow. So this understanding of the schools is bringing great miracles in the school industry.
Absolutely. And ma'am, I also want to add, like many MNCs are also setting up their campuses in India.
Right.
So commanding over English language will give like the future leaders extra edge over the industry.
That's right. Many of the MNCs are taking that initiative, and they are thinking of being associated with the children right at the tender age, not after completing their colleges and all, because the earlier we start, the better it is going to be.
Very true. So ma'am, what is the difference between learning in English and living in English?
That's a fantastic question, and both the things are quite separated than each other. As far as learning in English is concerned, it is about learning through grammar rules, textbooks, or maybe learning through lessons. But living in English is actually a life skill. These days, when children are using English language regularly, they express their opinion very confidently, they ask questions boldly, and they learn to analyze the situations better. So this way, they are developing their critical analysis ability of theirs.
Right.
So English is absolutely everywhere important, and that is why it is blooming these days.
Okay. So ma'am, how does English help children to think better? As you said कि अगर वो इंग्लिश में ज़्यादा बात कर रहे हैं, कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं, तो उनकी कॉग्निटिव स्किल्स इंक्रीज हो रही है. सो हाउ दे कैन लाइक कम्युनिकेटिंग बेटर इन इंग्लिश?
Right. So English actually sharpens our memory, attention, and it also gives us problem solving ability. When we learn to speak in English, actually we learn the analytical skills. The brain becomes quite flexible, and with flexibility, I think comfort comes. And when we are comfortable, learning becomes seamless. So English helps us to understand things very deeper, and by that understanding, learning becomes fun. Comfort is one thing which has to be there in order to get the great results of learning.
Okay. So ma'am, can you share a real life example? Like अगर एक स्टूडेंट की बात करें, वो पहले इतना कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं था जब उसको इंग्लिश कम आती थी, एंड व्हेन ही स्टार्टेड लर्निंग इंग्लिश एंड ही बिकेम गुड एट इट, सो उसके कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल में कितना डिफरेंस आया?
The confidence is visibly different, and we see the child becomes very vocal in the classroom. He feels like he has to give opinion to his voice, and we see the enthusiasm and the energetic feeling also imbibes. It gets imbibed in the personality of the children. They want to participate in classroom. They ask questions. They become curious, inquisitive. And once a child is curious enough, the learning start happening. We do not have to force the child to learn something. It start happening automatically, and we start getting confident individuals in the classroom.
Absolutely. So, ma'am, can you share some of your tips or your techniques that you use in your classroom while teaching this subject and making this subject a very joyful experience where students feel they are not being judged by their friends? So, what techniques you use in your classroom?
First of all, we all teachers at BLS World School, we believe in one thing, that we have to give constant motivation to the children rather than correcting them all the time. We give them enough exposure to participate in different activities, like we frequently organize debates, group discussions, real life role play conversations, show and tell activities. There are numerous kind of activities. We keep on organizing such activities throughout the year. And that gives a great exposure to the children. They come forward, they try to share their opinion, and they really like performing in such activities. And if I talk about pronunciation, I think one skill which is there, listening, has to be focused a lot, because before understanding any of the language, which is the first skill which we use for learning any language, listening, reading, writing, and speaking, the first thing is listening. If we don't listen to the language, we can never attain perfection. So listening is something which we always focus. We keep on organizing ASL activities, wherein first we make them listen to the content, and then they are asked to give their opinion in forms of speaking and writing activities.
I think, ma'am, these techniques are really good because organizing debates, I think these debates give students a chance to come forward, put out their thoughts, put out their words, and I think जो skills है, if you are inculcating this in school, so जब आगे वो companies में जाते हैं, colleges में जाते हैं, जो presentations होते हैं वहाँ पे, तो उसमें ये skill बहुत help करता है.
Very true, very true. In fact, it helps them in regular life also. Once a child is performing in debate competition, analytical skills improve like anything. They don't even realize that it is improving. Right. And we have seen children, we have given chance to some of the slow learners also to participate in some of the debates. And we have seen usually what happens in school, that they always take the cream lot, and then they project their performance that our school is doing better. But in our school, we don't do that. We give chance to every individual through random activities, and we give them the confidence that they have the potential. Many of the times children have the ability, but there is nobody to tell them. So we always ensure that children get to know about their potential, what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, so that they can strengthen their strengths and they can work on their weaknesses. So eventually they become critical thinkers, problem solvers, and they become extremely creative and imaginative.
I think these techniques really help someone who is a slow learner. So that's so amazing that this BLS World School is doing for everyone.
Right.
So I think there is a myth in market, like learning 2-3 languages will slow down their learning and it will not they will not become a good leader. So is this true?
Pulkit sir, actually it is absolutely a myth only, because the brain is naturally wired in such a manner that we can consume 5 or 6 languages at a time. I think you have also quoted in one of the research that you have read that we can easily understand 5 or 6 languages at the same time. So that's very true. The more languages we learn, we become mentally flexible. And I always say, being flexible is the first key to become a good learner. The more flexible we are, the better learners we are going to be.
So ma'am, you must have seen this as well in classroom. Kuch parents hote hain, they are not very good at English. So what can those parents can do at home, even if they are not fluent in English and they want their child to be good in English?
Right. So it is not important for a parent to be fluent first of all. पेरेंट के लिए ज़रूरी है कि वो घर पे कैसा इन्वायरमेंट देते हैं. बच्चों को सपोर्टिव इन्वायरमेंट मिलना चाहिए. Children should be feeling emotionally safe at home. Children are definitely physically safe, but they should be feeling emotionally safe. And it is important so that children feel comfortable at home. Many a times parents have the unrealistic expectations from their children, and sometimes they don't even realize it. So जो हम अपनी लाइफ में नहीं कर पाए, जो हमने सोचा था हम वैसे नहीं बन पाए, तो हमारा बच्चा वैसा जरूर बनेगा. हमारे पास कई बार ऐसी टेंडेंसी,
Superimposing their dreams.
right. Majority of the parents have that feeling. Some of them are able to cope up with that because they understand that it is not the way how modern world is going to be. But still, it is the tendency of the Indian parents that we impose higher expectations on the children. And these children are loaded with great expectations right from the childhood, and they carry the burden of being perfect all the time. So when they have this thing, they are surrounded with a fearful environment. वो हमेशा बच्चे डरते रहते हैं, अगर ऐसा नहीं हुआ तो हम क्या करेंगे, अगर हमारे मार्क्स अच्छे नहीं आए तो हम क्या करेंगे, हम फेल हो गए तो हम क्या करेंगे, अगर मैंने डिबेट में अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं किया तो हम क्या करेंगे. तो ये जो fearful environment है, this can be worked upon if the parent are providing a positive and very safe, emotionally safe environment at home. आप बच्चों के साथ बैठिए, उनके साथ बात करिए, उनके साथ अपनी ओपिनियन शेयर करिए, उनकी ओपिनियन सुनिए. You need to understand what is happening in your child's life, and you do not have to be judgmental about it. Correct. The moment you listen something bad is happening in the child's life, you start giving a lot many suggestions to the child. Child is not there to take suggestions all the time. Yes, you are a parent. You are doing everything for your children, but you need to be patient enough. Sometimes listening can also help. So just be emotionally available, sit with them, talk about their daily routine, and try to create an English speaking environment at home. It doesn't matter whether you and your children are conversing in right English. Correctness comes later. Fluency comes first. So you can also make a routine of following the word of the day. You can start that practice, simple practice, but it really enriches the vocabulary. When we have good amount of vocabulary, I think fluency also develops gradually. तो इस तरह की एक्टिविटीज हम अपने क्लासेस में भी करते हैं कि जैसे हमारे पास वीक के 6 days हैं, तो हमने हर दिन किसी दिन वर्ड ऑफ द डे कर लिया, किसी दिन ईडियम ऑफ द डे कर लिया, किसी दिन प्रोवर्ब ऑफ द डे कर लिया. तो बच्चों की लैंग्वेज स्ट्रेंथेंस होती है, और इस तरह से पेरेंट भी अच्छा एक कम्युनिकेशन बना सकता है. उसके बाद आप उनके लिए कुछ क्विजेस रख सकते हैं घर के अंदर, जिससे बच्चे क्विजेस वगैरह करने में बहुत एंथुसियास्टिक होते हैं. एंड यू टेक देम इन इंक्लूजन. One more thing which I would like to quote, which I have seen, that parents set rules and regulations for the children. And even in schools, we teachers also
rules
and regulations.
Right.
But through few of the workshops which I have attended, one very good takeaway I have seen, that whenever any rule is going to be set for the children, we should always make children as the equal partners, because ultimately we are going to make rules for them. So they should be equal share partners in setting those rules and regulations. And once you start taking their input before setting the rules and regulations for the home and for the school, definitely children feel responsible. They become more accountable to whatever task is given to them. And the sense of responsibility is very important.
Absolutely. And ma'am, in your answer, you have stated a very good point. कई बार बच्चे जो अपने पेरेंट्स से बात शेयर कर रहे होते हैं, हालांकि वो हो सकता है गलत भी हो, तो पेरेंट्स को उस टाइम पे रिएक्ट नहीं करना चाहिए.
करेक्ट.
दे शुड लिसन देम फर्स्ट, एंड देन उनको एक कामिंग सिचुएशन क्रिएट करके देन दे कैन ऐड देयर ओपिनियंस, देयर एडवाइस टू देम. आई थिंक अगर ये एनवायरनमेंट होगा वहाँ पे, तो वो ज़्यादा अच्छे से बातें शेयर कर पाएंगे. एंड definitely then this will create a good environment or a speaking environment. And
I would also like to say कि पेरेंट्स के पास भी ऐसे फ्रेंड्स होने चाहिए जिनके साथ वो अपनी डेली यूज की जो उनके स्ट्रगल्स हैं, टेंशन्स हैं, उनको ओपनली शेयर कर पाए विदाउट बीइंग जज्ड,
without
because they don't get that support, so somewhere they don't realize it at times that sometimes only listening helps. You do not give any suggestion, just sit comfortably, listen to the child, and I think that is going to solve the purpose. You would have a strong bond with your child.
Absolutely. Ma'am, can you share some simple habits that parents can build on a daily basis?
Yes, parents can, as I told you, that they should be and they can have this practice of
One
word of the day.
Yes.
Then they can sit with the child and they can do common reading before, especially before going to bed. If they sit with the child at night before going to the bed, and they can read something of common interest, they can watch something, they can watch some age appropriate content together, and then you make the child listen to some of the cartoon story, or maybe a conversation, a role play, and then you ask about the feedback. This way, once they listen and they tell you about their experience, they will get the hang of it, that how to build language. And through language they will understand that now they are able to put up their ideas very clearly. उनको पता चल जाता है कि हाँ, हमने ये सुना, हमने ये बोला, और इसके बाद हमारा ये आउटकम है. तो इसमें हम लर्निंग भी कर रहे हैं, हम बॉन्डिंग भी कर रहे हैं, और ये बिल्कुल एफर्टलेसली हो रही है. तो ये इस तरह की एक्सरसाइजेस जब आप बच्चों के साथ उनके इंटरेस्ट की चीजें करते हैं और जिसमें आप भी अपना पूरा इंटरेस्ट दिखाते हैं, ये बच्चों के लिए बहुत हेल्पफुल होता है.
And I think this is a very good habit, like reading before going to
Yes.
bed. So I think it's a very good habit. And whosoever is watching this podcast, if you're a parent, you should build this habit with your kids. Like before going to bed, you just read, I think, maximum 2 pages, and it will hardly take 15 to 20 minutes. But this will create a habit of reading and learning in your kids. So thank you, ma'am, sharing this habit with all the listeners. So, ma'am, what kind of content a child can see? Because आजकल टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी इंटीग्रेट हो गई है, टीचिंग मेथड्स पूरे चेंज हो गए हैं, एंड जब एक बच्चा घर जाता है तो उसको बहुत सारी होमवर्क भी करना होता है. सो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ कंटेंट दे कैन सी so that they can improve their command over the language?
I think variety of content is available, and the internet is loaded with a lot of content, but whatever content we are exposing our children to, first it has to be supervised by the adult, guided by the adult.
Right.
We have to see, as a parent, it is my responsibility. मेरी responsibility बनती है कि मेरा बच्चा जो भी कंटेंट देखने जा रहा है, क्या वो उसके लिए एज अप्रोप्रिएट है,
Absolutely.
उससे वो क्या लर्निंग आउटकम लेने वाला है, क्या उसमें जो लैंग्वेज है वो सिंपल लैंग्वेज यूज करी गई जो वो कॉम्प्रीहेंड कर सकता है. वी शुड नॉट बी गोइंग मैड behind foreign accent. We should always select the audiovisual content which has a global and neutral accent, so that children don't face any difficulty in understanding the content.
Ma'am, I want to add, like, I've personally visited 6 to 7 countries, and like China, Macau, Hong Kong, apart from this, Vietnam. So one thing I realized there, so their people also, like, they're not very good in English. They don't understand English, and जो उनका एक्सेंट होता है, जैसे आप अपनी कहा कि उनको ज़्यादा एक्सेंट पे फोकस नहीं करना चाहिए, जो उनका एक्सेंट होता है वो बहुत अच्छा नहीं होता है. इवन यूरोप एज वेल, वहाँ पे जो अपने उनकी नेटिव लैंग्वेज है वो ज़्यादा फोकस उस पर करते हैं. सो आई थिंक एक्सेंट से ज़्यादा, ठीक है, एक्सेंट इज इम्पॉर्टेंट, बट मोर देन एक्सेंट, व्हाट यू आर कम्युनिकेटिंग, व्हाट यू आर लिसनिंग, व्हाट यू आर सेइंग, उस पर ज़्यादा फोकस होना चाहिए.
Right.
So
pronunciation is something which is important. And आपको जान के शायद आपको पता भी हो कि इंडियंस का एक्सेंट इतना अच्छा है कि वर्ल्ड वाइड हम एक्सेप्टेड होते हैं. इंडियन इंग्लिश इज द बेस्ट इंग्लिश. वी आर द बेस्ट ओरेटर्स अक्रॉस द नेशन, एंड दैट इज व्हाई इंडियंस आर हाई इन डिमांड एवरीवेयर, बिकॉज हमारा जो लैंग्वेज लर्निंग प्रोसेस है वो भी थोड़ा रूल्स ड्रिवन है. तो हम बहुत ही करेक्ट इंग्लिश बोलते हैं और बहुत सही तरीके से बोलते हैं,
बहुत क्लियर इंग्लिश बोलते हैं.
यस, हमारा जो डिक्शन है वो इतना क्लियर होता है कि कोई भी लेमैन उसे आसानी से समझ सकता है.
Absolutely, ma'am. And this I've also observed while visiting to different countries. So very right point. So, ma'am, if what should school prioritize more? Like, they should prioritize grammar, literature or communication? According to you, what should school prioritize more?
My answer is very simple. It must be communication. I think communication is something which is extremely important beyond anything else. Literature and grammar should be used as a tool. हमें कम्युनिकेशन को प्रायोरिटाइज करना है, हमें उसको एसेंशियल इंपॉर्टेंस देनी है कि कम्युनिकेशन बच्चे का जितना अच्छा बिल्ड होगा, करेक्टनेस इज नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट. आई रिपीटेडली से दैट वी शुड नॉट बी मैड बिहाइंड बी स्पीकिंग करेक्ट इंग्लिश. What is more important that we are speaking in English, we are thinking in English.
Right.
So this is going to help our children when we are learning communication, we are building communication skills. Grammar and rules and regulations will eventually follow up. ये टाइम के साथ साथ रीडिंग के साथ साथ डेवलप हो जाता है और कई बारी हमें रियलाइज भी नहीं होता है कि हमने इसके लिए कोई एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट किया. सो ये एफर्टलेसली चीजें होती है एंड इट इज अ ग्रेजुअल प्रोसेस. पहली चीज सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट ये है कि हम क्या अपने आप को प्रेजेंट कर पा रहे हैं, जो हम बोलना चाह रहे हैं क्या वो हम आगे पब्लिक के सामने रख पा रहे हैं.
बिल्कुल.
पहले हमें अपनी ओपिनियन को रखना सीखना है. अगर हम वहीं हेजिटेट हो जाते हैं कि नहीं मुझे तो डर लग रहा है, मैं ये बात नहीं बोल सकता, लोग हंसेंगे तो क्या होगा, लोग जज करेंगे तो क्या होगा, लैंग्वेज विल नेवर बिल्ड अप. So we should always keep in mind that fluency and communication is something which is important and rest of the technical things or grammatical things will follow up.
Absolutely. So ma'am, you are teaching in school for the past 10 years or more than that.
Yes.
So can you share a personal story like where you've seen the graph of a child like this, like जब वो पहले अच्छा orator या अच्छा communicator नहीं था, but gradually उसकी language पे command बढ़ती है and now he's a good orator. So can you share a real life story?
Yes, I love this question. In fact, I would like to tell you that since beginning, I have been a student of a Hindi medium background.
Okay.
And being an HOD of English it is a great matter of pride for me. My school was one of the best schools of Kanpur. I was a pass out of that school, but only restriction was there that we were typically Hindi medium students. So these days also, when I see any of the silent learners, slow learners in my classroom, as far as communication is concerned, I feel a personal connect towards those children. So I always ensure that my strategy is always non-judgmental. And I have practically used that. Many of the silent children in my classroom, through constant motivation, I have seen them developing the confidence. वो इतने कॉन्फिडेंट हो जाते हैं, पहली बात तो उनके अंदर सेल्फ बिलीफ ही नहीं होता है. तो टीचर का जो एक रोल होता है, मैं आपको एक स्टोरी बताना चाहती हूँ कि जो एक रोल ऑफ टीचर है वो जामवंत जी की तरह होना चाहिए. जामवंत और हनुमान जी की स्टोरी हमने बहुत सुनी है. एक टाइम ऐसा था, डिस्पाइट ऑफ बीइंग एक्सट्रीमली पावरफुल, हनुमान जी को अपनी सारी ताकतें भूल
गए थे.
फिर जामवंत जी ने उनको याद दिलाया. वही काम एक टीचर का होता है. Teacher should be a Jamwant in children's life. We only have to make them understand that what are you actually capable of. And once the child believes that, actually sometimes we might know, but when somebody else tells us that you can do it, it gives us bigger motivation.
And it gives us the confidence as well.
Absolutely.
Just try it. If you fail, that's fine. But I think if a teacher like you say, please try this. If you fail, I'm there to help. I'm there to support. I think that will give good confidence to that child.
Very true, very true. Encouragement is more important rather than correctness. Right. So ये जो motivation है, मैं हमेशा अपनी क्लास में सोचती हूँ मैं जामवंत हूँ और मैं उसी अकॉर्डिंग काम करती हूँ. तो मेरे जामवंत होने की वजह से मैंने बहुत सारे हनुमान जी को अपनी क्लास में चलते फिरते घूमते फिरते देखा है. तो मुझे तो बड़ी खुशी होती है जब कोई साइलेंट चाइल्ड होता है, जो चाइल्ड इनिशियली बहुत अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट है, वो ग्रेजुअली मेरे मोटिवेशन की वजह से या मेरी बिलीफ उस चाइल्ड में होने की वजह से अगर ग्रो करता है, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. तो मेरे पास तो ऐसी न्यूमरस सक्सेस स्टोरीज है. हर साल हर बैच में कम से कम 4-5 बच्चे हर क्लास में होते हैं, वेयर आई सी द पोटेंशियल एंड आई हिट हार्ड ऑन द नेल एंड देन आई गेट अमेजिंग रिजल्ट्स.
And ma'am, I'm getting goosebumps after listening that you're a Jammat in the classroom and
Yeah,
you
premium
keep pushing-
Jammat.
and you keep pushing students कि ठीक है you have to do this. So amazing, ma'am. So I think मैम ये टीचर्स के साथ साथ ये पेरेंट्स को भी इस चीज के ऊपर encouragement देनी चाहिए स्टूडेंट्स को if their child are not fluent in English. So can you share one message to all those parents who want their child to be fluent in English?
My biggest message to the parent is first, be emotionally available to your children. First of all, before doing anything, अगर आप अपने बच्चे के साथ इमोशनली कनेक्ट कर पा रहे हैं तो आपका 90% टास्क कंप्लीट हो जाता है. कई बारी हम सब कुछ करते हैं, हम पूरी मेहनत करते हैं, बट बच्चा डजंट फील कनेक्टेड विद अस. He loves to share things with his friends, probably with the teacher, but not with the parent. So once you are emotionally available, you're non-judgmental, I think you have achieved the target. And second thing, which is very commonly done by the parent, is that they compare their children. Never ever compare your children. Comparing is the biggest sin, I would say, that could be committed to any of the children. I believe that each child is born with a magnificent potential. Every child has a different skill set, different potential, and we cannot be acquiring mastery in all the things, all the areas. So मुझे अगर मेरी क्वालिटीज के बारे में पता है, अगर मैं उसको एनहांस करके आगे जा सकता हूँ तो मेरे लिए बेहतर. तो वही एक चीज है जो पेरेंट्स को करनी चाहिए. देयर आर टू थिंग्स. फर्स्ट, be emotionally available. Second, never ever compare your children with anybody in any regard, and do not overload them with your unrealistic expectation. जो हम नहीं कर पाए हमारा बच्चा करके दिखाएगा, ऐसा मत करिए. बच्चा कोशिश पूरी करता है लेकिन जब वो नहीं कर पाता है तो उसे बहुत दुख होता है. तो हमें दुखी बच्चे क्रिएट नहीं करने हैं. We want to create happy children.
I think, ma'am, the greatest advice that given to all the parents who are watching this episode. So, ma'am, how is your experience teaching English in BLS World School? How are you feeling today?
I think this period which I have spent with BLS World School has been the best period of my life. I am a senior founder faculty over here. I joined this school during COVID in the year 2020. And this school has been a guiding support in my life. I would give the entire credit to my principal, Ms. Shushma Punia, and vice principal, Ms. Deepthi Srijit, and also chairman, sir, who has given me the opportunity to work here, to let me utilize my potential to the fullest. They have also given me the opportunity to head the examination department, where I deal with a lot of academic activities throughout the year across the classes. And being an English teacher, we are the busiest across the staff. So we have an involvement with co-curricular activities. Because of being the examination head, I need to deal with academic things also, and I am heading the Department of English also. So I have the potential and I have the opportunities to deal with people and to guide them. And actually it is helping me to become a better professional. Each day I try to be a better version of myself. And I'm hugely thankful to my school. And in fact, this podcast is also one of the achievements, I would say. I'm very happy that the school has given me this opportunity. And I'm very lucky that I have got you as a host. So it is making me comfortable to talk about such intense topics in a very comfortable manner. So thank you, everybody who all have supported me in my journey.
And thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your insights, sharing your intellect with the audience. And I think your tips, your practices, your techniques will help other teachers to take these techniques in their classroom and create a joyful and a learning experience for all the learners. So thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I wish I would be helpful in some or the other way. Even if I can reach to 1% of the audience and I could give any of the inputs, valuable inputs, which they can carry forward in their lives, I think my purpose of being a teacher is successful, and all credit goes to you and the school.
Thank you, ma'am. And you're not reaching to 1%, you're reaching to thousands and lakhs of people. So thank you so much.